Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market, and today guys we have to talk about several topics because there are big news, big bombas, and as always ready to keep you updated with it. So we jump into it together. The big bomba is here and we are here to deliver, and it's about one of the most interesting midfielders in Premier League and also about Manchester United, because in a surprising move made today, Manchester United paid the release clause for Youri Tielemans, and it's a here we go. So Manchester United, in a completely unexpected and surprising move, in few hours closed the deal for Youri Tielemans. But let's recap what happened and let's enter into the details of this story.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Unite Focus. And today is genuinely one of the most dramatic single days of Manchester United's entire summer transfer window. The Ederson deal is officially off. Romano has confirmed it, and in the same breath, Fabrizio Romano has also dropped a here we go on Youri Tielemans from Aston Villa. Two enormous stories landing simultaneously. A deal collapsed and a deal confirmed in the same morning. Let's get through every single detail right now. Youri Tielemans. Here we go. Release clause activated. Done. Right, and now for the news that landed simultaneously and has genuinely excited United fans in a way nothing else this summer has quite managed. Fabrizio Romano posted at 11:09 a.m. on Monday morning, and when Romano posts in those terms, you know exactly what it means. Breaking, Youri Tielemans to Manchester United. Here we go. United activate €41 million release clause into Tielemans' contract at Aston Villa. Verbal agreement also with Belgian midfielder. Andrey Santos done plus Tielemans next after Ederson deal called off on Friday. Here we go. Done. Official. Manchester United have activated the release clause in Tielemans' Aston Villa contract. A clause worth €41 million, approximately £35 million. Medical scheduled for tomorrow. One of the most complete and gifted midfielders in the Premier League is joining Michael Carrick's squad. Let's understand exactly how this deal happened so suddenly, because it has genuinely caught everyone by surprise. David Ornstein had broken the story earlier on Monday morning, revealing United were in advanced talks with Villa for Tielemans, with all parties in contact trying to finalise a deal. The Daily Telegraph's John Percy revealed the key detail, the release clause worth just £35 million. Once United identified that clause existed and that Tielemans himself was keen on the move, the decision was simple. Activate the clause, secure the player, no negotiation required. And Aston Villa, they had absolutely no say in the matter once United triggered the release clause. Ornstein reveals that Villa had actually tried to offer Tielemans a new contract specifically to negate that clause, understanding the risk of leaving it in place with United known to be interested. But they were left with no option once United moved, and Tielemans made his feelings clear. The release clause is a legally binding mechanism. You cannot block it once it has been triggered. This is why Berta's strategy of agreeing personal terms with multiple targets simultaneously makes so much sense. The moment Ederson collapsed, United moved immediately and decisively to the next option. Within hours of the Atalanta communication going out, Romano was posting a "here we go" on Tielemans. That is extraordinary speed and preparedness. Who is Youri Tielemans and what does he bring? Right, for United fans who have followed this channel all summer, Tielemans is not an entirely new name. He has been admired by the club for several seasons. Interest first emerged during his outstanding days at Leicester City, where he was one of the Premier League's most impressive midfielders for several consecutive seasons. He is 29 years old, 90 caps for Belgium, 134 appearances for Aston Villa under Unai Emery. And crucially, he scored in Villa's Europa League final victory last season, helping them to the trophy. A player with experience of winning at the highest level, with a big game goal on his CV in a major European final. His profile is enormously important for what United need. Tielemans is a genuinely complete midfielder, technically exceptional on the ball, with elite passing range, ability to drive forward, and enough defensive nous to function in a deeper role when required. He is not the pure defensive shield that Casemiro provided, but he is a significant upgrade on what United have had available in that engine room area. At £35 million via a release clause, this is extraordinary value in a summer where Fernandes cost Tottenham £85 million, Anderson cost City over £100 million, and Tonali cost Spurs £100 million. United have found a way to land quality midfield experience and proven Premier League excellence at a fraction of those prices by identifying and exploiting a release clause that Villa had left exposed. This is smart recruitment. This is decisiveness. This is exactly the kind of move that Ineos and Carrick needed to make after a summer of missing out on target after target. Right, let's address this one directly and completely. The Ederson transfer to Manchester United is not happening. Romano confirmed this definitively on Monday morning. His exact words. Now we can say that Atalanta received a formal communication about the Ederson deal being off. So Ederson to Man United is not happening. The communication has reached Atalanta today. Romano then explained both sides of this situation with characteristic precision. Atalanta's position is absolutely clear. They insist Ederson is 100% fit, physically ready to play football, as he demonstrated throughout Brazil's World Cup campaign. They received United's communication and firmly pushed back, maintaining that according to them, there is no serious medical or physical problem with the player. United's position, they wanted extra medical checks beyond the standard process. After several sessions of medical tests following Ederson's return from Brazil, they made the decision to call off the transfer. The specific concern appears to have been with Ederson's right knee, with reports indicating that the additional checks raised concerns significant enough for United to walk away from a deal they had verbally agreed over a month ago. Romano added a genuinely human detail that deserves acknowledgement. Ederson has already left England following the medical checks, is disappointed as this was described as his dream move, and is now set to go on holiday before rejoining Atalanta. A brutal outcome for a player who had agreed personal terms, agreed his contract, waited patiently through the World Cup, and then saw the whole thing collapse at the final medical stage. Atalanta are more than happy to welcome Ederson back, according to Romano, with 1 year remaining on his Atalanta contract, which actually creates an interesting future situation for the player. David Ornstein has suggested United could yet revisit the move later in the window if other targets fail. But with Tielemans now rapidly advancing, Ederson's chances of making this switch look increasingly remote. This is a significant setback for United's midfield rebuild plans. A deal agreed in principle since June, delayed by the World Cup, now collapsed at the final hurdle due to medical concerns. Whatever the exact nature of those concerns, United clearly felt they were serious enough to justify walking away from a £35 million deal already done at the club-to-club level. With Ederson off and Tielemans confirmed, does United's midfield business stop here? Almost certainly not. Team Talk understand that contact has been initiated over deals for Wolves' João Gomes and Manu Kone of AS Roma. United had Kone as their primary alternative midfield target after Tchouaméni signed a new Real Madrid deal, a 25-year-old France international who played in Les Bleus' quarter-final win and cost Roma under £20 million from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Available for around £50 million, with Roma willing to sell. João Gomes of Wolves is a new name entering the conversation, a Brazilian defensive midfielder who has been one of the Premier League's more underrated performers over the past couple of seasons. Physically dominant, aggressive in the press, exactly the holding profile United are still missing, even with Santos and Tielemans confirmed. United reportedly still want at least one more midfielder after Santos and Tielemans, ideally someone who can genuinely operate in the deepest role. Kone or Gomes could still arrive before the window closes. What a morning this has been. The Ederson collapse stings. There is no point pretending otherwise. A deal agreed since June, delayed by a World Cup, then falling apart at the medical stage is genuinely frustrating for everyone involved. But United's response has been nothing short of extraordinary. Within the same morning, a here we go on Youri Tielemans, activating a release clause at £35 million that represents remarkable value given the current market. Santos done, Darlow done, Tielemans incoming, potentially Kone or Gomes still to come, and Somerville on the horizon for the left wing position. The Carrick era is taking shape. It is taking longer than everyone hoped, and it has had its frustrations. But the signings are arriving. And Tielemans, a Europa League final goalscorer, a 90-cap international, a proven Premier League star, is exactly the calibre of player United's midfield has been crying out for. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss Tielemans' medical and official announcement, which could come as early as tomorrow. Smash that like button if you enjoyed today's coverage and drop your thoughts in the comments. Happy with Tielemans as the replacement for the Ederson deal? Does he solve United's midfield problems? And do you want Cone or Gomez added on top?